It is not surprising liberals are so confused on so many fronts. They must ignore the laws of physics, chemistry, biology, and economics when it undermines their agenda. They ignore any scientific, political, or judicial processes to implement their changes by forcing it into the court of public opinion through propaganda and push-pulls of false choices. Their strategy is very slow, deliberate, and uncompromising. Poaching the frog in a slowly warming pot of water is their devious method of imposing evil on an apathetic society. It causes good, caring people to allow unspeakable atrocities to infect a gradually numbed society, starting with preschool through publicly funded childcare. When liberals smell blood in the water, they become emboldened and impose chaos and confusion to intimidate. BLM, ANTIFA are examples of what happens when tyrants and thugs take control of things using guerrilla warfare tactics to accelerate their mob rule of democracy. These wars range from confronting unfair elections, the pandemic, to climate change, racism, and gender studies. It is part of a strategy to cause systemic problems in the economy, our legal system, infrastructure, and the nuclear family. They ignore any logic, scientific, or moral compass, which resulted in the atrocities of communism last century. The comforting part is these problems are all fabricated by propagandizing contrary beliefs in God, eternal life, and the sound scientific principles. They want to overwhelm and intimidate those who are scared, tired, and vulnerable, allowing the government to compromise our rights. Franklin said, if some give up some liberty for a little safety, they deserve neither. The wars are spun to appear as though they are caused by forces other than themselves. They push their existence upon society by demanding unearned respect, propagandized through perverted applications of political correctness and social justice. The fact is, 80 million citizens did not vote for Joe Biden, in spite of the deep state and social media insisting they did. There's no man-made global warming. The natural warming cooling cycle accelerates and decelerates over thousands of years, caused by the varying flux of the sun. The only racism in our country occurs when it's used as an excuse against those who are trying to pervert our core values in order to seek reparation. The pandemic is over. COVID-19 virus is a variation of diseases that have occurred over thousands of years, with the mortality rate declining to less than the flu when deaths are properly and accurately recorded. The deep state is allowing China, as the instigator, to deny blaming for the virus in order to have them move up in the world dominance. This is very profitable for the deep state at the expense of the country. The liberal elites have stolen our value system through their application of mob rule democracy. The only reason they have any power is because we gave it to them. None of these issues would exist if we lived by our core values and dismissed anyone who violated those. It angers liberals when they feel marginalized. They try to incite violence, giving them some reason to pout, scream, yell, hit, and kill. They are looking to see how far we will let them go before being stopped. They are too cowardly, wimpy, stupid, and out of shape to have any courage without the mob behind them. The best way to combat these attacks is to ignore them by never listening to national broadcast media news. You will be amazed how informed one becomes when you stop listening to the lies and use your common sense. This is Keith Kuby wishing you the best to have the courage to make the world a better place.